Shalom. This is a Fox News article related to Space Command headquarters will be in one of the 6 states Air Force announces. Virtual on-site visits will now be conducted at 6 candidate locations before the headquarters site is chosen. The Department of Air Force has announced the 6 candidate locations being considered for the headquarters of the U.S. Space Command. 6 locations include Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska, Patrick Air Force Base in Florida, Patterson Air Force Base in Colorado, San Antonio, Texas, Redstone Army Airfield in Alabama, Department of Air Force said in the statement. Self-nominated communities from across 24 states were evaluated as potential locations for hosting the headquarters, officials said. Virtual and on-site visits will now be conducted at 6 candidate locations before a headquarters site is chosen. Assessments will be based on factors related to mission, infrastructure, capacity, community support, and cost of the Department of Defense (DoD). It said in the statement. Space Force Base's first launch as military satellite lifts off from Cape Canaveral. This Space Command headquarters will be selected in early 2021 until then. Patterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs will remain the command's provisional headquarters. Colorado Springs is without question the ideal location to serve as a permanent home of the U.S. Space Command. Consider our quality of life, 5 military installations, significant existing talent base and experience as a community that has long supported the U.S. Armed Forces, said Colorado Springs Major John Suthers in a statement emailed to Fox News. Along with these assets, we also already have infrastructure to house this operation, and much of the USS Pace calm future leadership will be trained right here at the U.S. Air Force Academy. Lawmakers in Arizona, led by Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko and Democratic Senator Kristen Sinema, has pushed for the Space Command headquarters to be in their state. Early this year, the Department of the Air Force said that it wants the headquarters location to rate 50% or higher on an ARP livability index and be in the top 150 metro areas. The Air Force made its first launch early this year when it sent a military satellite to space from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. That's the article related to Fox News. This was published November 19, 2020. And this Fox News report, where 6 elections relating to the Space Command headquarters.
Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash. Double honors to the elders of the apostle GMS Groups, the ones of light, teaching and truth. Shalom Barakathum to them for the edification and knowledge. And the foremost, give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash. That was a Fox News article, November 19th, 2020, yesterday, relating to 6 selection, relating to the headquarters, relating to the Space Command. I'm going to go to Malachi. I'm going to start at the top. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, where and hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains. Mountains represents governments, pretty much structures, and his heritage waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Symbolic what's going to happen, because mountains relates to governments, and heritage relates to pretty much where you come from, and where a person where it's come from, and where and who he is. I'll read that again. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And that's symbolic. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have an indignation for. So all that's symbolic, related to the ones who are empowered, as they, in their heart and their pride in their heart, they say they'll continue to build, but ultimately the Lord is going to continue to break down and destroy. In your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. So ultimately, symbolically, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to be magnified when it's all said and done. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yashah is going to be magnified, because in the pride of the wicked, they think their kingdom, their mountains, their establishment is going to continue on forever. 49 and 11 of Psalms, let's get that. And 11. In their inward thought, which is their mind and their heart, what they believe, that their houses represents pretty much forms of establishment, government, which represents the mountains, their heritage, pretty much their whole facade of structure. We'll read that again, 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their homes shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, and this relates to pretty much the continuation of in rulership, man, and thinking they're going to always continue to rule on. Not knowing in 14 in Job, let me get that. 14 and 5 of Job. Seeing all his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So his rulership has a time limit, a set date that Yahweh Bashem Yashah has set, and they're not going to go beyond that, even though they believe in 49 and 11 of Psalms, their rulership is going to continue on forever and ever. But they forget in the small print that their rulership has a deadline, and they're not going to go past that deadline or past that bounds of that deadline. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. The judges represents the ones actually relating to the righteous. Thereof, if not he, where and who is he? So the earth is getting hands of the wicked, because this is their time, this is their rulership, man. But 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, which I'll get real quick. Like I said, in 14 and 5, they have a bounds that they're not going to pass. Basically, the Lord gave them a timeline they're not going to go by. They're not going to go beyond. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. I'll start at number. I'll start at 7. Then answer I said, what shall be the part and asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, for Abraham and to Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So when symbolically, when Jacob's hand was on Esau's heel, that's symbolically saying that Esau is going to be taken down. That's symbolically, you know what I mean? So the point is, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning that followeth, man. So that relates to the dividing of times. Of basically, one rulership is coming to an end in his last leg, and another one's going to begin. And Jacob is the supplanter. He's going to be the replacer. And that being said, this was something short relating to that article. You can go also in Joel 3, talking about all the nations that are going to gather against in the land of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, which is the valley of decision relating to the Lord has judged in Hebrew, where he's going to judge the nations and gather them all together to judge them. As they're going to be, as the harvest is right, and the wine press and the overflowing of fats. And that's symbolic to pretty much their judgment. That being said, I want to begin to end this. The water for listening, whoever listens. I give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Rakadash, Shalom.